Hey guys, what's up? Blue Foster here, and today we're going to be setting up a Little People city. So let's get started. Okay, so let's start right up here and kind of set up our main landmarks of the town. These are all of our pieces and characters plus Jack and Hopper. Let's just set this over here. Okay, let's start with this set. Okay, so this is the Sesame Street Apartments complex. As a kid, I never had like the brown or yellow houses. I just had this and like the A-frame. So to me, this will always be the standard house. And I know it has no meaning to anyone else pretty much, but in my Little People lore and my world or whatever, this is like the main house. I'm actually gonna see what's inside it real quick. Oh, okay. There's a ton of stuff in it actually. I should low-key just do like a decorating ASMR video for Little People. Yeah, you can see like we have the bed, like actually like for Bert and Ernie, we have the correct beds to this set. Is that from the lift and load depot? Oh, speaking of that, I just bought that off eBay the other day, so I'll be getting that this weekend. Okay, there's Ernie's bed, Big Bird nest, the TV, the kitchen, and Mr. Hooper's grocery store. Okay, so for now, let's just say they're on the far side of town. Probably change my mind and relocate their house, but for the purposes of this first part, let's just put them there. Okay, now next up, let's get down our classic schoolhouse. Now, if I'm not mistaken, in season 1, the kids would just walk straight from Timmy's house to go to school. Like, they were physically, like, right next to each other in, like, like, the spacing of it. So, going off the season 1 lore, I'm just gonna put it next to it. I'm actually gonna see what's inside it. Okay, we've got all our little pieces in there and stuff. Nice, nice. Okay, now let's talk about Jason's house. Jason's house is quite the anomaly in this show because it's like it's not grounded in one place, and its positioning to other landmarks in the town seems to change depending on what episode you're watching. However, one thing is certain, Jason is the adoptive child of a single mom who is struggling with her income. And even though despite being a nurse, they still, according to Timmy, live in the ghetto. I said ghetto if you couldn't tell. So meaning they're poor, they're poverty strucken, and they're just kind of, they're not doing too well financially. And it does take the boys a hot second to walk to his house for a play date. So for now, I'm just gonna put him on the far side of town. This is a like 6-foot long table, so you can see the parallel of how far these guys have to walk. Okay, what I'm gonna say next, I mean in the nicest way possible, but unless you're retarded, you should know what goes right here. It's just like, it's such common logic. That's right. I love this thing like an insane amount. The original years of the Fisher-Price company just did such a great job modeling these toys. And if you look at something like Transformers or Ninja Turtles or something, none of their playsets, vehicles, or even the action figures, in my humble opinion, come close to the world building that this stuff comes along with. For cheap metal and plastic preschool toys, these are some of the most insanely detailed structures and buildings I've ever seen. Now, there are some toy lines that have like realistic houses and stuff, but this toy line, like thought of every avenue it could go down. It made schools, houses, hospitals, more houses, an entire freaking village with like 2 fold-out sides, smaller houses for the lower income kids, more houses. Let's see, airport, cabin house, nursery school. Oh, no way, I forgot the parking garage, the zoo, more schools. So this, or even that, and yes, as much as I love them, they do not even come close. So anyway, I just wanted to let that be said. Okay, so now we're gonna do what's called filling in the gaps and the industrial industry, meaning job sites, career exploration, basically the fancy way of saying like, go to work. So theoretically, I could pop and fold a lot of these out, but I'm trying to use table space, so yeah. This set and that one, I'm not sure where to canonically place in the town. Now, I will tell you guys one thing. For the next Foster's movie, if it gets made, you know how like little kids have a train table with like roads and like grass floors and stuff? So that's basically what I'm gonna do with this table, pretty much, is like put like the fake grass all over it, make some like cardboard and wooden roads and stuff, and actually make it look kind of like a really realistic kind of town. Here's a yellow house. So real quick, the design of this house makes 0 sense because in theory, this is supposed to be 2 separate houses for the kid to play with. And let's just play devil's advocate and say it's a condo. No condo with 2 separate houses. One family has the living room and the adult bedroom and the attached garage. Then randomly, your neighbor has your child's bedroom and your family's kitchen. It just doesn't happen. And I know I'm a high schooler tweaking out over some plastic Chinese preschool toys, but this is so freaking dumb. It's like, just gap this in with some wood or construction paper and just pretend it's one house, because that's what they were going for. Also, there's supposed to be like a little tree house that clips on right here, which touches both property lines, which also makes zero sense. Okay, I know I was doing a town layout, but I just need to do a little sketch real quick to just show how mind-numbingly and nonsensical stupid this is. So I'll be right back. Okay, bonus points to this house for having a 2-person bed, so that David Foster and his not wife, Gwen Benedict, happily sleep together under one roof. Now, I'm not trying to pick bones here, but it was implied that they were already hooking up, like, in season 2. But, like, they've never gotten married, and now they have, like, a bed for 2 people, so it's just, like, it's bad. Okay, for Blue and Mikey, theoretically, neither of them are even in the show anymore at this point. He is slightly, but he's like, yeah, he's gone. Hey, but thankfully there's a garage and a trash can. There's also a balcony for him, but I prefer just let him live in the trash can. Okay, so now let's talk about our main living space, because God, is it horrendous. We have like a sofa, some chairs, and a TV set. That's pretty much all that we can even fit in here. And for a family of 4, yeah, I guess it works, but it's still really cramped. Now, granted, they will be at work and at school a lot of the time, but family movie night or game night or something like that is just really cramped and awkward. Oh, and speaking of breakfast and dinner interactions, it's not any better. I mean, the apartment, at least it looked to scale. For some reason, whenever I pop my camera up to this set, the figures and the accessories look huge compared to the room, and it just looks unnatural. Also, they have these stupid modular clip-in pieces for the kitchen and bathroom, which just use some of the parts from like the other houses and stuff. Don't build like this single molded brick. It's like so stupid. Okay, so the only part of this entire set that is actually decent and usable is the children's bedroom. The figures still look slightly awkward and large compared to the room itself, but at this time in the company's product line, they really didn't care anymore, so they just put stuff out without really giving a crap. But yeah, the stickers are kind of nice. The beds, the windows. We do have this nice skylight thing intact, so that's really cool, I guess.
I hate it here. Yeah, me too.
Well, guys, there's nothing we can do about it.
Yes, there is. Burn the place down.
Also, we have this stupid outdoor area. This just falls out half the time. It is so hard to find the set complete. Like, it took me so long. I love how all 4 kids can sit at this table, but it's just molded the same color as the base, and it's just this really cheap product. They could have at least painted it or put a sticker on the top of it or something for a table, but it's just so bad. Took me so long to even realize this was a picnic table. First, I thought it was like a car that they molded onto the ground. Like, I'm being dead serious. Okay, I will give it 1 bonus point for having this. Actually, no, 5. It gets 5 bonus points to redeem itself just for this. Pool, like, it actually can be filled with water and they can go swimming in it and splash around and stuff. Congratulations, Fisher-Price. You redeemed yourself. I took the water out of it now, but still, that is just a freaking amazing bonus feature. Same goes for the 909 rooms with that turquoise blue pool. Yet this entire set will be a 10 out of 10 always in my book, just because of the history behind it, its rarity, how they had such a small item, but they made every detail count. Which basically sums up the last few years of Fisher-Price Little People. They had the space, but every detail was like pivotal and worthless. Yet this one, they had a very minimal and liminal space. Every detail was still pivotal, and they always made it work. Probably what's gonna happen at the end of the show, or in the later seasons, I guess, Timmy and his family are still gonna live in Mr. Hooper's apartment, where they've always stayed, and they're gonna maintain living there. And this neighborhood is gonna be the canon place where Patrick and Alex live, because Jason has a house, Timmy has a house, yet we've never seen Patrick's house. This right here is what this set is supposed to look like. Same goes for this right here. That That is our true neighborhood. One family in here, another family here, and these guys over here.